What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a great day today. In the studio today, we have Joshua Khan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back again.
That's it, man. How you doing?
Fantastic. Fantastic. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, the last few weeks or so, really, it seems like since this new year, I know you put it out there and you said you were going to hit Hall of Fame, and your numbers have been absolutely, off the charts. You've been hitting it every single week. So today I'd like to go ahead and, kind of talk about that, because there's a lot of new people that are joining the group, and people want to figure out how to get the kind of momentum that you've picked up. Obviously, you've been here for a while. You've done it. You've had some struggles. We all of us go through it.
Definitely.
But what I think is most impressive is you fought through those struggles in the beginning, and unfortunately, that's where a lot of people quit and they stop. But you fought through it, and now you're almost stronger than ever. So Absolutely. If we can kind of talk a little bit about that, like what was the shift? What happened to have your production go from where it was to where it is now?
The biggest part was, I think, I had to realize what I was doing wrong.
Okay.
And I had to understand what I was doing wrong and how it was affecting my performance.
Okay.
So I always say this. I honestly, I got a little bit complacent. I got lazy.
Okay.
And I wasn't doing the little things right. Starting the calls at the right time, setting the right amount of appointments. And once I realized that I wasn't doing it the right way.
Yeah. Because
the crazy thing is we have the game plan already, so we know exactly what we need to do. It's just you just have to apply yourself the right way.
Got it.
And once I kind of put my head back down, got focused, and listened to the game plan, I try to be coachable and follow leadership, and here we are.
When you said you were doing things wrong, was there one thing that you were doing wrong, or was it all the little things that you kind of forgot about?
I think it's an accumulation of all the little things, honestly, because the big things were still being done. I was still making sales. I was still calling. I was still setting my appointments, but it's like the little details I found that really make the difference.
Okay. A lot of people, we talk about it all the time, right? Every single meeting that we have, single sales call we have, we always talk about it. And I remember being a brand new agent, and I remember the smallest thing, just people saying they get on the phone at 7:30 in the morning. You know what I used to say? I would say, that's not that important. I can get on the phone at 9. Have you ever noticed the difference between being on the phone at 7:30 versus 8:30, 9 o'clock? Have you ever noticed a difference from that, what it does to you?
Definitely. I think the biggest difference is how it sets the rest of my day up. Mm-hmm. Because if I start at 7:30, typically my appointment should be done, as far as like for the whole next day, I should be done by 11 or 12 o'clock.
Yeah. So
it already gives me a jump on the rest of the day. So now I have more time to focus on the team, focus on recruiting. Yeah. Building and some product knowledge as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I used to notice, if I didn't get on the phone at 7:30, even if I waited till 9 o'clock, which doesn't seem like a big deal, it would honestly take that dial day and make it last until 7, 8 o'clock at night. So I turned something that should have just taken a few hours, and I drug it out all day just by losing that hour and a half in the morning. I think there's so many people out there that think, again, all these little things, they don't realize that they all add up and they all mean something. And if you don't follow each and everything, then you start, kind of falling off.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
The goal that you set forth, you've absolutely said it. You're going to hit Hall of Fame. You've made all those little changes. How many families are you helping a week right now? What have you started doing since the beginning of the year?
So as of right now, I think I'm at about 32 or 37 families so far.
Okay.
Yesterday we had another really big day. I was blessed to be able to protect 7 families yesterday, so we'll add that to the board as well. So I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. I'm honored to be able to even have the opportunity to do it.
What I love, what I see you out there doing every day, which makes again something little, and not everyone wants to hear it, is the importance of leading with Americo. Mm-hmm. What's your thought process behind that, other than the obvious? Because obviously I want the new people to kind of hear what your thought process is.
So we joke about this a lot, especially on the team, but I go into every home as an Americo salesperson.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work out, then I have a variety of FFL products.
I love it.
And that's how I approach every home.
Wouldn't you say Americo makes such a big deal? 1, they pay very, very quick. 2, you get the instant decision. For me, when I'm in a house, like I just had an appointment this morning that got declined in Americo, I'm like a deer in headlights. Like I'm trying to figure out and where am I going to pivot to. Actually, I had to make a call to Kali and figure out what to do. I love using Americo so much, and the day that I made that decision that I'm going to lead with Americo. Honestly, for me, it changed everything. It kept constant cash flow. Chargebacks were never an issue, and because I had that constant cash flow, I was always able to purchase leads. Which obviously, if you're not buying leads on a consistent basis, you're going to run into trouble.
Absolutely.
What has it done for you using Americo? Leading with Americo every appointment that you go into.
Oh, it's changed. It's changed how my production and everything flows, because as you mentioned, now I have the cash flow to continue to maintain leads, not only for myself, like now I have a surplus of leads.
Yep.
But not only that, it's for me, I feel like it's a really easy sale, because when it comes to the value for the family,
yes,
ultimately it's the best value at the end of the day. And now, granted, it's fantastic that they take care of us the right way, but at the end of the day, we're here for the families.
That is true.
So for me, knowing that they're going to get a fantastic value, that it's very easy to lead with that. No question about it.
Has your schedule changed at all from last year coming into this year? What does that look like? What did it look like then? What are you doing right now?
So before, I was trying to do about 30 appointments.
Okay.
Last year, 30 to 40. So, 30 for the most part is what I was doing last year, to be honest. But right now, the way my schedule is, I'm looking to do between 40 to 50 a week.
I love it.
I actually have a plan for once coming out of a convention. So for 90 days, I'm going to buckle down, work 7 days a week.
Yep.
I'm looking to do 500 appointments in 90 days and help no less than 100 families.
I love it. A lot of people heard me talk about the struggles I've been through when I got in the business, and I can't stress the importance of just working. And when people hear that, they think we're just, we're just saying it, but it's true. When you set your mind to something, you say, I'm going to work 7 days a week, and this is all I'm going to focus on, everything begins to change. And you don't have to do it forever, just for a short period of time. You get yourself some momentum. You get a lot of confidence because of the number of reps that you go through. And then that confidence and momentum just kind of propel you forward and make it a lot easier. So I got a lot of respect for you doing that. And it's definitely, no doubt, going to make a huge change to your business. The people that you're bringing on, what are you doing with them? They've got to be inspired watching what you're doing each and every day. So
what I've been able to do now, because of my success, I've been able to reach out to some of my closest friends or some family, and I proposed them with a challenge.
Okay. And what is that?
And it's a challenge that I know that I'm going to work hand in hand with them, because I'm looking for some pretty much really special people.
Yeah.
Because with these special people, I'm not looking to walk, we're looking to run.
Yep.
And I'm looking to help them as soon as if they're not licensed, by the time that they're licensed, within their first 30 days, help them help at least 10 families.
Yeah.
So that's our challenge for everybody coming in.
That's powerful. The conversations that you're having now with the kind of production, it has to be a completely different. The conversation may sound the same, but the way that you speak to people changes when you're closing the kind of business. You probably can feel the confidence when you're speaking to people, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm sure when people say this doesn't work, or talk about the lead or anything else, schedule, leads, whatever, you probably say, no, I just can't hear it.
Yeah, I block all that stuff out, because I know that in this business, especially, I control my destiny.
You do.
And it's really, if I put my head down and I go to work, I'll know the results. But if I get lazy, I also know what will happen as well.
Absolutely. Another thing too is being able to go through adversity. Like we talked a little bit about it, and we all go through it. How were you able to get your mind right? What did you do after hitting a couple stumbling blocks to get your mind right and get positive and then push forward through it? How'd you do that?
So last year when I hit my kind of my wall, it was really hard because I almost left.
You know what? Let's share that. Tell everyone what you did to hit your wall, because people do it every day. What happened? What'd you do?
So what happened was I got a little bit overwhelmed. I got really overwhelmed with chargebacks, and it was my first time kind of dealing with that, and I didn't know how or what to do. Yeah. And because of my pride and my ego, instead of reaching out to my uplines, I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna put my head down. And I'm just gonna just try to work it out, and just work and push and push and push. But it was just really hard. Yeah. And what I had to do was I leaned on you, I leaned on Kali, on Corinne, and they gave me amazing advice, and things to kind of keep my head up. Yeah. And then when we had a lot of real conversations, and I realized the things that I was doing, and things that were in my control that I could fix or do better. Once I applied the leadership that they were giving me, it was a game on, pretty much.
What was that conversation like in your head when you were thinking about leaving? Kind of what was your thought process on that?
Oh, man, it was really hard because I knew what FFL is, and I knew it was real. Yeah. And I knew that it could be done, and it was just I was really disappointed with myself, to be honest, because I know the potential of what I could be in the business, and the potential of how many families I could potentially help. Yeah. So it was just really difficult, but did some self-reflection and pretty much just leaned on leadership. Yeah. You know, and then tried to be as coachable as possible. Whatever was said, I tried to do. And, and just went back to work. Yeah. I don't think people realize the importance of being plugged in. We say it every day, but if you're trying to do this by yourself, you will fail. This is 100%. A very, very lonely business. Our name, we're independent contractors. But right now we have so many different resources to plug into. You know, we have the Discord group. We're all one big happy family in there. Now we started the WhatsApp group. There's many different groups inside that WhatsApp group. And then, all the different calls. I don't even know if everyone is aware. We have the Monday night call. We have the builders call on Wednesday. We tell everyone to go to the Friday call, the TNL with corporate. And then on Saturday, we have a new agent orientation call. We have so many resources for people to plug into. And it's because when you hit those roadblocks like you need people to reach out to and lean on. If you don't, you will fail. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember having some of those conversations with you, and we sent you over some leads to get started. But even though we sent you the leads, and obviously you took the leadership and guidance and advice from Colleen and Corinne, there's so many people that do that, but then they still think they have it figured out and they don't want to listen. And when they don't do that and they start running into more trouble, that's when problems arise, and then they end up failing and then ultimately quitting. I'm glad that you were able to pull through that and get your mind right. Yeah, me too.
I mean,
it's changed my life. Because once I pulled through, it's been I wouldn't say clear skies and smooth sailing, but it's been we've been definitely on a rise.
There's a video that I love, and I've shared it many times inside of YouTube, and it talks about our self-image. And, I had a conversation with Sean. Sean did a meeting years ago, and he asked all these questions about what makes a great agent. Everyone said, dialing at 7:30, running 30 appointments, being coachable. Man, that board was full of all these things. And it taught me a huge lesson when he looked out into the room. And he said, the one thing that decides your success in this business is your self-image. I didn't even know what self-image was at that point. But, so I started watching videos. But there's a video on YouTube. I can't remember the guy's name, but it talks about the power of self-image. And he kind of uses the metaphor of a thermostat in a room. And wherever whatever you think you are, if you're a 70, if you drop below that 70, meaning like income-wise, let's say your income goes below that, you will fight, you will kick, you'll scratch, you'll do anything you have to do to get back up to that level. But as a person, once your self-image rises, you'll never allow yourself to fall below that. So whatever that number, that comfort level, let's say you're comfortable helping 10 families a week, and that's who you believe you are, you'll never allow yourself to fall below that. And as your self-image grows and you believe that, and it's not that you deserve, it's just that you believe it. If you truly believe it, you will do it. And so it's powerful, and I kind of see you as getting to that point because I can see what you're out there doing. You honestly, just from looking at you, believe you deserve so much more, and you're not going to allow yourself to fall below it. Is that pretty accurate?
Absolutely, and also because I'm not just fighting for myself. Yep. I'm fighting for my family. I haven't told my parents this, but I guess they'll know now. My plan is to retire them by the end of this year. Awesome. Not only that, but I have things in place for my kids as well. So, family for me is like the most important thing on this earth. Right? So, I'm doing everything I can to make sure that not only my life changes, but everyone around me does.
You can definitely do it. I have no doubt that you can do it. What you're doing is very, very duplicatable. You're just going in there buying leads from the anyone can do that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if you show enough people how to do that, it doesn't take very long to build a team. So, I congratulate you. I commend you. Too many people hit the stumbling blocks. And I think it's sad that people quit, and they quit way too soon. Because if you look at everyone that's here now, the people that are having success at a very high level, they all ran into roadblocks, but the difference is they continue to go. They never quit. So I applaud you and commend you for being able to do that.
Thank you.
And yeah, I have no doubt that you'll be able to hit Hall of Fame. You know what the real game changer is? When you can teach someone else how to hit Hall of Fame, and then you have a group of people behind you hitting Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Right? And then the entire game changes when you teach them how to teach someone else how to hit Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And then everything's going to change. Man, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for
great,
the time, man.
Great talking to you, man.
It's a pleasure, as always.
Looking forward to seeing you next week in Miami, man.
Absolutely.
Everyone make it a great day. Josh Kahn, any parting words before we finish up?
If anybody needs to reach me, you can reach me on Instagram tomorrow via JK. And anybody who's ready to make a change, like I said, 10 families in the first 30 days. Make it happen.
Awesome. Everyone make it a great day. Take care.